Welcome back. It's day 107 of learning to read Chinese. Today we're finishing out our chapter on diseases and ailments. Last two lines here. First character of the day is zhong. Zhong generally refers to swelling, inflammation. It can also be carbuncle, which apparently is a cluster of furuncles or boils, sort of like infected raised bumps on the skin or something like that. So the anatomy on this one, hunk of meat on the side tells you something to do with body. On the right is zhong, which is for the sound. If you look at the etymology though, through history, you'll see that there used to be zhong, this, which means heavy. When you have like something is swollen, it gets big and heavy, like a load, in a way that it usually isn't. Liu refers to a tumor, and I looked up this. I already forgot what it is. Verruca. Some kind of particularly bad wart. Anyway, so liu, using this inside liu, which is the one for staying or leaving behind, in the sense that these sorts of things grow like pearls and oysters, where there's some external irritant that gets trapped in the body, and the body grows a bunch of tissue to surround it and I guess protect your organs from this outside threat that can't be immediately excised. Something like that. I is cancer. You often see people call it 癌症. And that zheng we will get to later. But this inside of the disease radical is yin, and yin is like the boulders on a mountain, in the sense that the boulders on the mountain are these big, heavy, irregular chunks, somewhat like the cancerous tissue tumor. It's just cells that grow out of control. It's not really in the direction of any sort of function, but just a mass of diseased cells. Here it is. I didn't realize it is the next word. Zheng meaning a disease or an illness, just in general, any sort of disease. So like I said, 癌症 is usually what people are going to call cancer. Well, this 癌 by itself preceded by whatever the type of cancer, like whatever organ that the cancer's in. If you say like 肝癌、肾癌、食道癌、血癌, whatever. 肠癌. Oh yeah, like just preceded by any organ in the body or any place where the cancer is located. 癌症. This one's also got another pronunciation, 症, which is only used in a 症结. 症结. Refers to the sort of lump in the abdomen, causing distension and pain. Something that's kind of bulges out and hurts. And so 症结 is also used to refer to the crux of an issue, or like the critical point where the problem lies. 症结. And you have to read it 症结. You can't say 症结because that's not the same thing. So that's our first 4. 肿瘤 together is also. 肿瘤 is the word for tumor. 肿瘤癌症 tumor, cancer. Next up, 劳 劳 means labor, toil, or doing manual work. If you look at our etymology, though it looks like grass, actually originally this was 2 little flames. It was fire. And on the bottom, this was a house, and inside the house is a lit doing work. So you're working inside the house to keep the stove on, I guess, something like that. Bei. Bei means dog tired, very tired, so tired to the point of collapse, just totally exhausted. Bei. If you look at this on top, this is bei also, so phonetic. And this is the bei in like 准备, which means to be prepared. It's kind of got a meaning of being exhaustively considerate, covering all your bases. So if you're a little overly scrupulous, overly conscientious, trying to prepare for every possible outcome, anything that could happen, all kinds of backup plans and supplies and gear and whatever. Trying to take care of things to that extent is gonna make you pretty tired. So, xing, that's the heart in terms of the emotional state. But also, stress is bad for your cardiovascular health. If you overwork yourself, you get a heart attack. Pi likewise also means tired and weak, in poor health, weakened, declined, depressed, just low energy, low capacity. And this inside you'll see is also pi, so phonetic, and pi meaning skin. So here saying when you're so tired that it shows, like, that anyone can tell just by looking at you that you're going through it. Something like that. 倦 again also means tired and weary. This one on the left you got a person, on the right is a 倦. So that's for the sound, and then also like when you're so tired that you can't sit up straight and you have to be curled up, hunched over like a shrimp or like a fetus. So, I mean, when you are sick, it's pretty fatiguing. Next, 警 I mean guard, watch, alert, or alarm. Or when it's a noun, it refers to a policeman or anyone in that sort of office, a guard. You put different kinds of positions before that to indicate the policeman's special duties or departments or what have you, if you're using it for that. 警报 as an alarm. Jingbi guard. Jingcha is usually what you'll see for a policeman. Jingcha. Jingao is a warning. So a lot of these things are police related, but some of them also are not, such as Jingao or Jingjue or Jingpi, Jingti. Jingti, I believe, is the one we have here. Ti means to be on the alert against something. And this character, it used to be used by itself in some contexts, but it isn't anymore. Now you're only gonna see it in this word. Jingti. You only ever see it together with ti, and Jingti means sorry, I said that wrong. You only ever say ti together with Jing, and Jingti together means vigilant. Ji refers to illness, sickness, disease, ache, suffering. And Bing likewise refers to illness, sickness, or disease. However, Bing can also mean any sort of fault or defect. So if you say, 这人有病, you're not saying that they have a disease. You're just saying there's something wrong with them. Or if you, what else you got? Like, 毛病, you'd say. 毛病 means some kind of problem, fault, or defect. And ji has additional meanings in other sorts of words, such as quick, nimble, violent, evil, bad, angry, fierce, powerful, or to hate. Now, it used to be that really serious illnesses were called bing, and slightly less serious illnesses were called ji, but we no longer have a distinction between the two. We could just use jibing to refer to any and all diseases, regardless of their severity. Even though I feel like, because of these other meanings, this should be more serious than the other one. But that's not how it is. That's not how the history of the words is. So, let's check out the etymologies. This one, on top is jing, so that's phonetic. Might have had at some point some kind of calling warning meaning. There's a person speaking. This is what? I hand with the stick. A little difficult to decipher. But if you can remember that the part on top is jing, then you know that it sounds like that, jing. On the bottom is it's related to speech and language, so it's your warning call. And T. This one is a heart and a little lizard. Now, I used to in the old times, they used to think lizards are a little crafty or unlucky or something. Even though lizards literally just mind their own business, very cool, chill, and don't hurt people. But I guess because they look a little creepy crawly, they ended up being used for stuff like this. This one, alright, this is a pretty funny one. It was a guy and he's being shot at with an arrow. It's headed straight for his heart. He's gonna get hurt. And bing, this is gonna be we call this 病字头, right? The disease radical, it comes from this one. So this is the original source of why all those other characters have this cape thing on them. Originally it was written like this. It's sideways. It's drawn sideways. But this is your bed with its legs. Its posts. You got a guy laying on top of it. He's sick. So he's sweating because he's got a fever. That was the original way that this pink was written. So the radical comes from the shape of the bed. And I guess a few of his sweat drops. Then they ended up replacing the little guy, the little sweaty guy, with Bing, which represents the sound. Alright, next up, Zhen. Zhen means a doctor tending to a patient or giving an exam. The kind of exam like a 诊断 you would say for a diagnosis, I believe. So when you've examined a patient and you understand what's wrong with their body, you give them a diagnosis. And this one, you may remember from previously learned characters. This pew pew pew. This is hair, little furs or hairs, which supposing could represent something like how, in what fine detail this doctor must inspect the patient to be sure that they get the correct diagnosis. This is a person speaking over here. Doctor, doctor, give me the news. Yang. This is yang, which means a worry, ailment, or illness. And the reason why it's got this shapy looking thing on top is because it used to be simplified from yang, which was, if you recall earlier in the chapter, this one, for an itch. Your skin irritation itch. So that's where this part comes from. It's got nothing to do with sheep. What does it do to your heart? You know, how does it make you feel if you're itching all the time? Or maybe in a metaphorical sense, if you got an itch in your heart, or I don't know. Anyways, suffering, right? It's not good. It's not comfortable. You want it to be over. Means in advance or beforehand. It's a pretty abstract concept, the way that the ancient Chinese have chosen to illustrate it. Is this on the right? Yeah, which is the person's head. And on the left is yu, which refers to the sound and also represents like a shuttle. What is this thing called? I want to say. No, shuttlecock is a little birdie in badminton. What is the. I think it is called a shuttle. Yeah, this thing. Yeah. That's what this is supposed to be, apparently. This here. First to a weaving shuttle, this thing, which is used to hold your weft threads as your blah, 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 blah. Something like that. And what it says in this description here is referring to the fact that before you can make clothes out of fabric, you gotta weave the fabric. Which is how this means doing something in advance or beforehand. Man, how is it that you represent abstract concepts with pictographs? Very difficult. Huan is our last character for today. Huan meaning to worry about, detest, or suffer from. Or as a noun, you got calamity, trouble, peril, or disease. And this is, on the bottom is the heart, on the right is a skewer. If you say your heart's skewered, you guys just got stabbed, right? This thing is, the skewer is stuck in there. It's always with you. You're feeling the pain all the time. I don't know, something like that. Just metaphorically, as it feels if your heart's been skewered. You're always worrying about it and suffering from it. It's terrible. So that is the end of our diseases chapter. This Jing Ti over here, I guess, just being wary, being always vigilant, you know, doing your duty, washing your hands when you touch anything dirty, or before you touch anything clean, disinfecting your surfaces, covering your cough, you know, all these kinds of things to protect from diseases. This is about, these are kind of just some general sickness related words. So that's the end of it. I'm gonna do a little practice. This is from yesterday when I wasn't here. Gotta be.
散 流
Oops. I clicked that wrong. What is this one?
瘪
Whoops.
平 阔 轻
No.
坠 位 略 意 歌 会 累 歌
This one.
脆 憋
Ooh, a wretched looking tramp who lives by begging or stealing.
玉
How unpleasant a description that is. Wretched looking tramp.
金 累
I'm like so not remembering.
争
I knew it wasn't that one because I knew what that one was and it was something else. Ah!
善 疼
Oh. Why was that one so loud?
累
That's.
金
It's gotta be this one, man.
紧正诊
Oops.
急 瘸斜种激励怎样换瘸借一清境别类清
Yeah. Man, I don't really feel like doing this, to be honest, but I'll do a little bit. 一定如果同时需要重要为了 I'm gonna be
请练习今天新学的内容。
a bit cool when I get to a point where I don't know the words. Actually learn things. Oh, it's so slow. Cope mate? What?
"人民
Is that not what you mean? Guess I wasn't looking very closely. Man, so many of these are like
人民
Man, I don't know what they want.
人民
Okay then. "
就是 人民
No, that's not what they want. What is it that they want? Man, how am I supposed to know?
第一原因
What Oops. That's not what they wanted. So all these are really similar. Translation is
思
not
想
an exact science. Oops. Crap. I clicked wrong. I'm not gonna do the next part. I just don't want to do it right now. 始终, right? No, it wanted this one, I guess. No? Hold on, what? Okay, fair. Always was, always will be. 是 being the beginning and 中 being the end. Alright, fine! I was very not exact with it. No, I'm clicking the wrong things. The brain power is running out.
社会 工作 自由 没有 思想
Too slow. This I do not want to deal with right now. So we'll see you tomorrow. 心理 This is psychology. Just look at all these 竖心旁. You know what 竖心旁 is? It's the heart, but stretched out into a skinny little side thing. All over. Everything about the mental and emotional state psychology. Okay, till next time. Make sure you do your practice. Bye-bye.